Okay, so today's video is gonna be on how to make Twitter threads. Cause you know, the Twitter threads have been popping lately. How to get clear skin, how I went from size 30 to size 5. But alright. First things first, we need a juicy story. So you know, think back in your life. And if you're like me and your life is boring, then you need to think back to years ago and rack the cracks and crevices of your mind and pick out the most interesting story. I feel like my most interesting story is when I was an extra and got trapped in a house for like 12 hours. Moving on. But yeah, so your story has to be juicy, interesting, something that people actually want to read. Nobody wants to read about the first time you bought a pair of shoes. Unless you stole them, ran out of the store getting chased by retail, jump over a dumpster, hotwire a car, and vroom vroom down the freeway in a high-speed chase. Maybe that was a little bit much, but you guys get the idea. Juicy. Okay, so next, we need to learn how to abbreviate. I mean, at this point in the game, when people used to text LY2, y'all know what I'm talking about. IMY, TTYL. Anyways, so on Twitter, you only have 250 characters to say what you have to say. And of course, it's a thread, so it's gonna continue, but each tweet's like a mini story. And it needs to make the audience, Twitter goers, Twitter people, Twitter dwellers, wanna read the next tweet. So if your tweet's just like, so after school I went home, and then I grabbed a bowl of mac and cheese, and then I turned on my favorite show, which is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and then I watched it for like 45 minutes, and then, girl, shut up! Nobody cares. If your story's about how you got into a fight, I don't care about how you got off the bus and went home and ate some mac and cheese and started watching Love and Hip Hop. What? Girl, give me the tea. Give me a play-by-play of the fight, not of your boring life. So back to abbreviating. So you have 250 characters. You gotta make the people want to read. This is an English class. You don't need perfect grammar. Conventional English? What's that? No, ho, it's not Y-O-U, it's you today. And if you got into an argument with a hoe, it's not H-O-E, it's H-O. You jumped into your friend's fight too? Not T-O-O. T-O. Okay, so step 3 is the most obvious step. You probably already do it. If you don't, then you must live under a rock. Add memes. They're in, they're now, they're the future! Not to mention they're funny as fuck. You know, when you add memes to your Twitter thread, it adds variety. Because you know hoes don't like to read. For example, so I confronted her like,
"Oh, I heard what you said. My friends told me you thought they were fake friends, but they told me what you said. They don't like you either." And when I tell you she had the dumbest look on her face looking from me to my friends around us, she was just steady like,
"Wait, what? I thought you guys were my friends. Oh no, I don't want to fight."
Example number 2.
And so by the time I crossed the Atlantic, wrestled the tiger who was talking about my stale weave, and jumped over the bridge, y'all, I finally made it to my dig appointment like,
oh Lord.
Alright, you guys. So the last thing we need to make a bomb Twitter thread are emojis. You know, again, because hoes don't like to read. And emojis add more of an emotional, personable type feel. Because if you say, y'all, he was
so cute. Like, oh my gosh, my eyeballs were popping out of their sockets.
There's an emoji to express that. Just like if you were to say,
and so y'all, this girl was sitting behind me breathing extra hard on my neck, and her breath smelled like roasted cabbage mixed with onions.
Bitch.
And I was trying my hardest not to throw up.
Bitch.
But 2 seconds later, y'all, the smell got to the back of my throat and I threw up.
But okay, yeah, emojis add some personal flavor in there. So the camera died before I could make an outro. But anyways, that's how you make a bomb Twitter thread. Take my advice or don't. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Now go get on Twitter and make a thread.